Good evening. Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos residents hail Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration for developmental projects across the state. Federal government stakeholders partner on harmonized digital farming registry to drive agricultural transformation. On the foreign scene, Ukraine awaits peace proposal ahead Istanbul talks. And in sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles to battle Norway, Saudi Arabia, Colombia in group stage of 2025 Under-20 World Cup in Chile. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos residents have applauded the Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Obafemi Hamzat administration over their developmental strides in the state. Residents also lauded the state government's commitment to digital engagement, critical feedback, accountability, and transparency, while describing Lagos as becoming a nation within a nation owing to its scale of development. These commendations came to the fore at a weekly X-Space discussion aimed at bridging the engagement gap between the state government and residents. Ask Lagos, speaking on the topic scorecard of the Sanwo-Olu Hamzat administration, triumph and trials of the second tenure in office, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, highlighted tangible milestones achieved under the Themes Plus agenda. Omotosho spoke of massive improvement in transportation infrastructure, notably the operational blue and red rail line, the proposed green line, purchase of new BRT buses, and junction improvement. In the health sector, Omotosho said projects such as the new Massey Street Hospital, maternal and childcare hospitals in Badagry, Etiosa, and a new general hospital in Ojo are taking shape to take care of the health challenges of the Goshians. Omotosho also mentioned that over 2,000 education projects and the promotion of a tech-driven learning environment have made it easy for students and teachers in the state to thrive both locally and internationally. He said Lagos has just been declared the world's best technology innovation center in the world, stating that there is a Lagos Science Research and Innovation Council, LASRIC Fund, that has about $1 billion to disburse to anybody who has any innovative idea for startups in the state. Omotosho reiterated the Sanwo-Olu Hamzat administration's commitment to completing all ongoing projects while ensuring that Lagos remains Africa's model mega city. In a bid to strengthen inter-agency collaboration, the Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajibotafe, has received a delegation from the Lagos State Resilience Office, LASRO, led by the Chief Resilience Officer for Layinka Dania, on a courtesy visit to the ministry. While receiving the delegation, Ajibotafe reaffirmed the ministry's pivotal role in driving sustainable wealth creation and employment opportunities through well-targeted policies, innovative initiatives, and capacity-building programs. On her part, Chief Resilience Officer for Layinka Dania explained that LASRO is currently engaging key stakeholders across the state to collect data and institutional insights to inform the development of the Lagos Resilience Strategy 2.0. The updated strategy is expected to reflect present realities, enhance policy responsiveness, and strengthen Lagos State's capacity to withstand socio-economic and environmental shocks. In its determination to guard against examination malpractice and ensure strict compliance with examination guidelines, the Lagos State Office of Education Quality Assurance, OEQA, has embarked on a monitoring exercise of the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate Examination, WASC, in both private and public schools within Education District 2. coordinating director of OEQA, Remy Abdul, who led the monitoring exercise to Alakpere Community Senior Secondary School, stated that the state government will not tolerate any form of malpractice. He warned that anyone caught engaging in such acts will face the full consequences. Abdul admonished students to avoid carrying any incriminating materials and to strictly adhere to the rules and regulations governing the examination. He stated that the state government had invested significantly in students' preparation for WASC through initiatives such as the Eco Learners Support Program, compulsory early morning and afternoon intervention classes. According to him, these initiatives were intended to enhance students' academic performance, particularly in external examinations. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government of Nigeria, in collaboration with the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, has commenced the harmonization of the National Registry of Nigerian Farmers, an ambitious move to consolidate and digitize farmer data across the country. The initiative aims to create a unified NIN-enabled digital database that captures real-time geo-referenced information on farmers, disaggregated by location, crop, production scale, gender, and age. Speaking at the launch of a policy dialogue in Abuja, IFAD Country Director Dede Ekwe highlighted the strategic importance of the project, underscoring the role of accurate data in agricultural development. She applauded Nigeria's push for digital inclusion in agriculture and called for sustained collaboration among stakeholders to ensure broad acceptance and success. Ekwe added that the government hopes to close data gaps, enhance policy planning, and unlock targeted support for Nigerian farmers with the rollout of the harmonized registry. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has scheduled Saturday, July 20, 2026 for the gubernatorial election in Ekiti State and Saturday, August 8, 2026 for the election in Osho State. INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu announced the dates during the swearing-in ceremony of 6 newly appointed resident electoral commissioners RECs, whose nominations were recently approved by the National Assembly. Yakubu also revealed that the commission is finalizing preparations for the by-elections to fill vacant seats in the national and state houses of assembly and the commencement of continuous voter registration. The INEC chairman said, in line with the requirements of the law, the Commission is under legal obligation to publish notices for major elections not later than 360 days before the date fixed for the election. Yakubu added that the detailed timetable and schedule of activities for the elections have been uploaded to the Commission's website and social media platforms for the guidance of political parties and public information. And now to foreign news. Russia says it will send a delegation to Istanbul on Monday for a second round of peace talks with Ukraine. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Moscow's conditions for a temporary truce were being developed and will be discussed in Turkey. Ukraine has said it remains committed to dialogue but will not send a delegation until it receives details of Russia's ceasefire proposal. The first round of talks between low-level Russian and Ukrainian delegations took place earlier this month, resulting in both sides returning hundreds of prisoners in the biggest exchange since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said Ukraine had already sent its own vision of future steps to Russia, adding that Moscow must accept an unconditional ceasefire to pave the way for broader negotiations. In our sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will face Colombia, Saudi Arabia, and Norway in Group F of the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. The Flying Eagles group stage opponents were confirmed after the draw was concluded in Santiago, Chile, in the early hours of today. The Flying Eagles qualified for the World Cup after finishing third at the Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. This year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile will take place from September 27 to October 19. And And that's all for the news at 6. Your vehicle is not a strong room. Please always keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered 600 women with ingenious business ideas to the tune of 4 billion naira through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund LSETFW initiative to empower Lagosians? You can get more details on the Lagos State government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos residents have applauded the Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Obafemi Hamzat administration over their developmental strides in the state. The federal government of Nigeria, in collaboration with the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, has commenced the harmonization of the National Registry of Nigerian Farmers, an ambitious move to consolidate and digitize farmer data across the country. We also told you that Russia says it will send a delegation to Istanbul on Monday for a second round of peace talks with Ukraine. And in sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will face Colombia, Saudi Arabia, and Norway in Group F at the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adiswa Ejoyuka. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.